how much a Creighton economy expert says ending the death penalty in Nebraska will save taxpayers every year. However, death penalty supporters say the study done by a political canvassing group and Creighton is inflated. Reporter Joe Cadotte has both sides of the debate. Joe?
Creighton economist Dr. Ernie Goss looked at U.S. Census data on justice expenses by each state and found that the number, $14.6 million, is about half of what the national average for each state. But a former chief deputy attorney general for Nebraska says that dollar amount is exaggerated.
Daryl Bauer is the campaign manager for Retain a Just Nebraska, the organization that funded the Creighton study that found that eliminating the death penalty in Nebraska would save taxpayers $14.6 million per year. He says most of that money is spent on litigation.
The biggest cost comes from appeals. Years and years of court-mandated appeals. The state has their set of appeals. The U.S. Supreme Court has another set of appeals. And so a death penalty conviction triggers a years-long series of appeals.
Former Nebraska Chief Deputy Attorney General Steve Graz says eliminating the death penalty would not save Nebraska taxpayers money because inmates file appeals during the length of their prison sentences, regardless of whether or not they're on death row.
Those numbers are not only inflated, but they just simply don't make sense.
Bauer disagrees, saying the money saved can be used to help what he says is an understaffed prison system.
They're underpaid, they're understaffed, they're undertrained. That would be a good place to start spending part of this $14.6 million.
Regardless of money saved, Graz says eliminating the death penalty in Nebraska sends a message to killers that they might one day get out.
This is a public safety issue and not an economic issue. And again, there have been some very horrendous murders right here in Omaha where the killer killed one family member, and once they've done that, they're eligible for life imprisonment.
Steve Graz says there have been independent studies in the past that found eliminating the death penalty would not save taxpayers money. Retain a Just Nebraska says their data was compiled from 19 studies in 50 states. Reporting live in studio, Joe Cadotte, KMTV Action 3 News.
And overnight